Coming up on today's show, my biggest takeaway from the first day of Giants training camp. I want to do more videos like this where I tell you what my biggest thought and takeaway was from every single Giants training camp practice. If you want that type of content, real football content, hit that thumbs up icon right now. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. Video number 2 of the day. This is why you subscribe. No other Giants YouTube channel is putting out the content. We are, as much content as we are here at Chat Sports. All right, my biggest takeaway from training camp practice number 1, Russell Wilson is going to force feed Malik Neighbors. And you might say, well, Marshall, that's not really a big takeaway. And look, maybe I agree with you. But from everything I saw, everything I heard, everything I read, everyone I talked to, it was Neighbors here, it was Neighbors there, and it was Neighbors everywhere. Dan Duggan saying this: Malik Neighbors was targeted on 7 of Russell Wilson's 15 passes in team periods. Marvin Harrison's record of 205 targets in the 2002 season is going to be in jeopardy. And you know what? I ain't mad at you, Russell. Keep throwing the ball to number 1. Good things happen when you throw the ball Malik Neighbors' way. It's a smart strategy. Get the best player on your team the football the most that you can. 1, not many people in this league could cover Malik Neighbors as a rookie. Now he's going into his 2nd season, and I don't see that slowing down. I only see that picking up. He is that type of dude. He is Jamar Chase-esque. And what do you think Joe Burrow is thinking anytime there's a big play? Where's one at? That's what Russell Wilson needs to be thinking. And I want to see more chunk plays down the field for Malik Neighbors, but I also want to see more opportunities for him to just get busy when he's got the ball in his hands. Because good things happen when Malik Neighbors has the rock in his hands. Ask the Indianapolis Colts. How many times did he take a little slant route or a stop route, make a defender miss, split 2, get up the sideline, and get busy in the end zone? I want to see that. The more Malik Neighbors targets, the better. But also, I want to say this. I want to see his targets mean a little bit more. So that may contradict what I'm saying, but I want them to be a little bit more impactful. I want there to be more juice to the targets. This quote from Justin Penik, a Talkin Giant. Shout out to Justin. He's crushing it. He's at training camp. He put out this video a couple of weeks ago, and I thought it was awesome stuff. I'll just read you what he said. Malik Neighbors being more explosive is one of the biggest X factors for the Giants heading into 2025. And the phrase that I said over and over and over again this offseason is quality over quantity. Neighbors had a total of 16 catches of 20-plus yards for 470 yards total. That's 40% of his yards. That came on just 14% of his catches. The juice that we saw out of Malik Neighbors at LSU is what we need to see this year. Jayden Daniels would just put that ball up there for him running deep, and he would catch it, and then nobody would be able to catch him. And the crazy thing is that Malik Neighbors had the rookie season that he had last year where he put up 1,200 yards on 109 catches in just 15 games. But he says, I don't feel like we saw what made him great at LSU. We didn't see it. Do you want to know when Malik Neighbors had his first play of 40-plus yards? December 29th. And he still had an insane rookie year. Great stuff from Justin there. Go support him in Talkin Giants. He's crushing it. One of the best in the business. And I echo and doubling down on everything he said. Malik Neighbors is elite. And as great as Malik Neighbors is, he can be way better. The situation around him could be way better. But he as a football player can be way better. And maybe my expectations are too high. And the only reason they are that high is because I know how special of a player he can be. But he has to just continue to get better at your craft every single day. And he knows that. He also knows how special he can be. He was asked after training camp, can you be one of the best wide receivers in the NFL next year? He said, I can be. I feel like I should be one of those guys in a few years, if not next year. He has that type of talent. But when you want to go from good, which he is, and he's already borderline great, to one of the best in the world, It's the attention to detail. It is doing everything you need to do. And I'm not saying he doesn't do that. But there are things when you go back and watch him on film last year, he left some plays on the field. Dropped the football. Didn't do some things at an elite level. And as good as he is, I believe that there are certain few areas where he can get a lot better. And look, it's hard to be a receiver playing with the quarterbacks the Giants had last year. That can be discouraging. But when you got a guy that was a Super Bowl champion, 2-time Super Bowl appearance, on his way to the Hall of Fame is what he was before the Denver Broncos, you're going to believe in your team a little bit more. And hopefully that motivates you to just go a little bit harder. Some things I think he can improve on. Red zone route running. I had a tweet blow up today. People are mad at Marshall. But Marshall! They're mad at me because I said I thought he ran a lazy route on a fade route. I've also learned from Twitter that a fade route is just a jump ball. There's no nuance. There's no getting the corner off the line of scrimmage. There's no working leverage. It's just going up and getting it, right? No, that's BS. Challenge yourself to think harder. You think Russell Wilson just walked in the huddle and said, all right, Leak, we're throwing it up to you. Jump ball. No, there's so much that goes into running a simple fade route. But it's not just that. Go back and watch the game against the Baltimore Ravens last year. He got clamped by Nate Wiggins in the red zone, where they were trying to throw him the football. Not once, not twice, but thrice. I know that positivity sells, and I'm not trying to be negative. And you can't hate on the best player on the team. I'm not hating on him. I just told you, I already think he's a top 5, top 7 wide receiver in the NFL. I have the expectations that I do for him because of how frickin' special he is as a football player. If he improves that, that's going to take him a long way. I also want to see him get back to who he was at LSU, and this is part of the transition of going from the SEC to the big leagues and having a quarterback put the ball here instead of here like Daniel Jones. But yards after the catch is what I want to see Malik Neighbors do next year. He was like a running back with the ball in his hands as an LSU Tiger. Last year, he only did that one game against the Indianapolis Colts. That's when he was special with the ball in his hands. But he also only had one game of more than 50 yards after the catch. And look, is that a high standard to hold him to? Absolutely. 2 games of more than 50 yards after the catch. Miscounting by me. I can't count all that well. 2. He had 103 against the Indianapolis Colts and 83 in week 2 against the Washington Commanders. But he had games with 5 yards after catch, 11, 12, 13, 15, 23, 23, 23, 25, 30, 33, 38, 38. Like, you got to be better in that aspect. You got to break more tackles. This isn't a slot corner from the SEC trying to tackle you anymore. This is a guy that is an NFL caliber player. And I think he can be better. 19 missed tackles forced last year. And he had 10 games with 1 or less. So that goes back to what Justin was talking about. Quality over quantity. But I also want to see him force-fed the ball to have those opportunities. So yards after catch need to be important because you can't have 40% of your yards come off of just 16 catches when you had over 100 catches. I also want to see him be a better downfield target. And this is more so to do with the personnel around him than it was with him. I can't tell you how many times we broke down film where he just was not open down, or he was open downfield and he wasn't able to get it to him. But when you look at the advanced numbers from Pro Football Focus, it kind of puts some color to the picture of really how much of a non-factor he was downfield. On throws that traveled 20-plus air yards, he caught 7 of them on 29 targets, only a 24% reception rate, 216 yards on those. That's more so to do with the quarterback, and I'm expecting Russell Wilson to be able to fix something like that. But, man, I also want to see Malik Neighbors be able to be so open it can't be a bad throw. You know, he did that against the Dallas Cowboys last year and on that slant go that he drew up, and Daniel Jones punted the ball to him. Russ will hopefully unlock this. Russ is maybe the best deep ball thrower in the NFL, and I want to see him throw the ball deep to Malik Neighbors. He was a downfield target at LSU. We got to get back to seeing that as well. And also, like, people are going to get mad at this. I don't care. Play a little bit harder. There were some plays that he took off last year, and I get it. 3 wins. It's not LSU. We're not a winning program right now. That's a reality shock. But play harder. Be a leader. Don't take plays off. Run your route like you're getting the ball every single time. If he does all of these 4 things, I legitimately think he could be the best wide receiver in the NFL. And I'm not bullshitting you. He is just as good as a guy like Jamar Chase and a guy like Justin Jefferson. Only thing is those guys are in year 5, 6, 7, whatever it is. He's in year 2. Just keep getting better. Nobody is higher on Malik Neighbors than me. I was saying it when he got drafted. He was already the best wide receiver in the NFC East. I love Malik Neighbors. But I'm holding him to a standard that the best of all time are held to because he has that type of talent. He has that type of potential. Like, he is so special and so gifted. He's only been playing wide receiver for a couple of years. Think about how much better he could be. And I'm excited to see it. So if you think I'm hating on Neighbors, you know what? Toughen the hell up. Show him some love. I'm his biggest fan as all of you are. Type league in the comment section. And make sure you're following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. That first Russell Wilson to Malik Neighbors touchdown. Can't wait.